Hey everyone, Caront here welcoming you back to Tales of the Abyss. In the last episode, we tried to save St. Bena's citizens from their city falling apart on them. Unfortunately, Dist is an idiot and got in the way and prevented us from doing that. So, we are here in the brand new city of Sheridan, trying to find answers and find apparently a flight stone that people have been working on so that we can hopefully fly around and rescue them. Now, there are a few things we want to do while we're here. One of them is go to the equipment shop, and I'll go ahead and sort of show off a little bit here. You notice there are actually 4 shops here. One of them where you can pick up some armor and accessories, really good stuff. I will do my buying off camera. But others where you can pick up cheap stuff if you need to fill out your item collector area. This is a pretty good place to do it because you notice they're all basic equipment. So if you want to come shopping, this is a pretty good place to do it. The TLP is not too high yet, so some of that stuff's just not going to be open, but it is available in some of these places nonetheless, so it's worth your while to check it out. I'll likely do so off camera. The other area here that you'll want to check out is this room right here, which is where the blacksmith quest begins. You know how I told you to keep that iron, sand, and rock and gold dust? This would be why. Unfortunately, apparently this is a case of do as I say, not as I did, because, well, I kinda accidentally got rid of my gold dust somewhere. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I did, and I feel like an idiot. So, I can't do it right now. However, we will be returning to the Zal ruins in relatively short order, and upon that point we can in fact get gold dust back, so don't fear, you're not out of options. We're just gonna have to do it a little bit later, so yeah, shame on me. But there are other things we can do while we're here. One of them is, well, use Muse attack accurately. There we go. 2, open up the stairs here because it will help us get to the inn faster. This is actually the next place we want to go. So let's go ahead and talk to the innkeeper.
Luke, let's continue your study of phonology.
Yeah, okay.
Or do you not want to?
No, that's not it. I screwed up again.
Any lapse in your focus can send phonons out of control, and the 7th phonon is especially sensitive. Again.
What's wrong, Tyr? You're losing your focus. The phonons aren't gathering properly.
I'm sorry.
Enough. We'll stop here for today.
Major, I can still...
Phonons can run out of control if not handled properly. Rather than risk that danger, why don't we talk while I take care of your injury? You've hurt your arm. What happened?
I can't tell you.
If you're worried about telling on someone, you don't have to reveal their name or division. The Commandant has left you in my care. I have a duty to hear what's happened.
Someone is upset that an officer candidate like me is not attending the officer school in the Outer Lands. Instead, getting trained directly by you.
So one of the other students did something to you? You're not very good at getting along in the world, are you?
I do think I'm somewhat awkward.
Yes. You're honest and straightforward. Virtues I've long since lost.
Major.
But those qualities are hindrances in a soldier. Perhaps that's why Van kept you down here, rather than sending you to the officer's school.
I can change if it's necessary. To be like you, Major.
To be like me, first stop depending on anyone. Stand on your own. Think for yourself. Make your own decisions on what is necessary and what is not.
Thanks for today, Tyr. I think I've got the feeling of gathering the 7th phonon inside me down now.
You create a hyperresonance by causing 7th phonons to interfere within your body. The first step in that is gathering 7th phonons inside yourself. Keep at it.
Yeah, I sure have a long way to go.
Alright, so we have ourselves the second of the 4 hyperresonance training scenes. And let's go ahead and see if we can find some treasure while we're here, because there is treasure in I believe there's one. Yeah, there's one in here. Well, maybe. Let me see. Ah, darn it. You spoiled me. Come on. Oh, well. It's worth looking anyway. I think there's one or two in the other end room as well, so let me go ahead and check while we're in the neighborhood. Another thing that we can actually get is downstairs, so you'll want to keep an eye out for that as well. Hello? A nice stat increasing item. That's even better. Oh, come on. Quit teasing me like that. Let's see. I thought there was a footlocker here, too. Well, maybe not. Okay. Yeah, guess not. All right. So let's go downstairs to the bar, or, well, you would assume it's a bar anyway. It is also, it doubles as the item shop, go figure. This is a pretty good time to go ahead and stock up, not so much because of what's happening now, but because of what's going to come. And we pick up udon noodles, which I don't think I've had, but I've heard they're tasty, so might be something worth looking at. All right, hello, can I, wait, the item merchant's right here, I think. Yeah, there we go, okay. Let me stock up on my apple gel, certainly, because I'm almost out. And then grab another few life bottles, restock my lenses. You can even get some food here. I don't think I was quite aware of that. But it's a little bit pricier than maybe you could find if you went to Engage. So if you want to save money, it's probably better just to go ahead and do the legwork and go there. But that's a good place to stock up on a few things anyway. There is one other thing that we can do side quest wise while we are here in Engage. Listen to me. While we're here in Sheridan, I don't think it is maybe necessary to do it exactly now, but it certainly does add to what we have been doing in the past. That is to go up here into the music box house, which is, as you might imagine, where we should be taking those music discs that we have. Whoa! What's this huge thing? It's definitely some kind of phone tech device, but I've never seen one like this. It's called a music box. It was made around 300 years ago. It looks like it's in very good shape for something so old. Yes, my grandfather refurbished it. I heard it was in terrible shape when he got it, but he restored it to its former beauty. That's wonderful. It's important to take good care of things, right, Luke? So, what is this thing anyway? When you put a music disc into the center part and turn the handle, music plays. Cool, I want to hear it. Unfortunately, my father sold all the discs. Aw, so we can't hear it. That's too bad. What's that you have there? Huh? Oh, this. We found it. And yeah, we did, actually. I've never actually seen one before, but I think that may be a music disc. My name's Ishtar. Please, lend me that disc, please! Just once, I want to hear the sound of this music box my grandfather loved so dearly. What do you think, Luke? Well, I don't have any use for it anyway. Thank you. I'll try it at once. That was beautiful. It gave me chills. Even though it's from 300 years ago. I think I understand now why my grandfather loved it so. I still can't believe how wonderful it is. Thank you very much. I'll return your disc. No, you can have it. I told you I don't have any use for it, remember? What? It only works with this machine, right? Then we should leave them together. Thank you. If you want to hear it again, please come by anytime. Okay, we will. Next time, if we invite customers and charge a performance fee. By the way, this disc has Prelude written on it. Does this mean that there are others? Yes, apparently there are several. I don't know the exact number, though. I see. If we find any others, let's bring them here. I want to see her glowing smile again. Don't you feel sorry for the girls you lead on by saying things like that? Anyway, if we find any, we'll come by again. Right. Thank you. Alright, so basically talk to the music box, and you can hear whatever you want. You can actually have it play automatically, or you can play it manually by yourself, and it'll list all the discs that you have that you can go ahead and play them if you wish. I'll just play around with that in our spare time. For now, let's go ahead and head out of here and make our way back down to the south so that we can go do what we were here to do in the first place. But basically what we need to do, as far as doing what we're supposed to do, is you can either head over by the inn or you can go around the meeting house. Either way is up to you, but our destination ultimately is over this way. Now, one thing you would probably be best served doing is you attack this thing a few times. Once you attack it enough, it will decide that it doesn't want to stay there anymore and fly around over there. We will pick that up later, but for now, let's go ahead and talk to the coolest old people ever!
Well, what's happening? I can see it plain as day. The gusts over Megiora are going to blow it off any minute.
Oh, come on, Aston. Are you sure you're not going blind, old man?
You know you only get farsighted with age, Tamara. I can see far away just fine.
This is bad. We might lose the hover drive.
How can you talk like that, Iamon? That's your grandson Gingy trapped in there. Aren't you worried about him?
Is something wrong?
The Albiore crashed in the Megiora Highlands.
The Albiore? You mean the machine equipped with the ancient hover drive?
Oh no, did we come all the way here for nothing?
No, I heard 2 hover drives had been excavated.
You heard correctly, but the second hover drive hasn't been so much as started up yet.
Iamon, there's no time to chat. We have to form a rescue party for Gingy and the hover drive.
Right, we can attach the hover drive to the Albiore 2 and resume experiments.
You're a heartless old man.
The Megiora Highlands are teeming with monsters. The rescue team may need rescuing themselves.
But from what they've said, we can't fly without the hover drive.
Let's at least ask whether or not we can borrow the hover drive.
Yes. We probably should ask the one they called Iamon. I think it may help smooth things along if I'm the one who speaks with them. Let's go.
So, well, there you have it. Astor, Tamara, and Iamon. Probably some of my favorite characters in the games because they're so cool. They have no compunction about, really holding back with anything. Go into the meeting hall here and you'll notice, well, our old friends, new friends, I guess, are just kind of standing around doing nothing.
Ah, I see. I must say it's a surprise to see Princess Natalia alive and well. And working to save Malkuth citizens, no less.
It doesn't matter who's from Malkuth or Kimlaska right now.
That's true, but we also have our own problems. The Albiore 1 crashed on a cliff in the Megiora Highlands.
The pilot is trapped, and the Megiora winds are in full force. It could fall at any moment. And there are no soldiers for a rescue party because they're all getting ready to fight Malkuth.
Then I'll go.
Well said, Luke. That's how true royalty acts.
It doesn't have anything to do with royalty.
What?
I have to do what I can. Helping people has nothing to do with being royalty or nobility or whatever. That's all it is.
Some of us have had military training. Would you entrust the rescue to us?
We'll still go regardless, but if we do recover the hover drive, we'd like to borrow the Albiore 2.
The Albiore 2 isn't finished. We lack some parts for the drive system. With the war, most of the parts have been used for landship construction.
The Tartarus was originally a land ship. Please, use anything on it you can.
Jade, are you sure?
Ion, would you stay here and show them to the Tartarus? I'd like to have the Albiore 2 completed while we recover the hover drive.
That's fine with me. All that's left is...
If we get the parts, I'll work on finishing that craft like my life depended on it.
Okay, then we'll head for Megiora. Where is it?
The Megiora Highlands are southwest of here. Also, take this with you. Secure the Albiore with these launchers, then lower it down the cliff. It'll be dangerous, what with the fierce winds and all.
But I don't know how to use this.
It's a phone machine. Leave it to me. Jade probably knows too.
Oh, maybe. Maybe not.
I swear, it's impossible to tell what you're thinking.
So we get the launchers, which we'll need for this. Yay! And there you have it. We are tasked with going off to the Megiora Highlands to try to rescue Genji in the Albiore, and hopefully rescue that hover drive too. Now, they ask, where was the Megiora Highlands? As they mentioned, it's just southwest of here. It's not too hard to find, really. Now, I will mention, this part is actually failable. You can lose this. However, it does not impact the story all that much if you do. So, ultimately, it's up to you how much you want to emphasize this, I guess. But I am going to go ahead and save it just in case I run into you, apparently. Well, he's a new enemy, so let's go ahead and show him off. The Egruda! Rather funny name for a big bird, but hey, lots of HP, not all that powerful really compared to some of the other folks we've fought, so not particularly bad. I will mention also, while I was busy mulling about, trying to see if I could get another gold dust, and as it turns out I couldn't, Tyr did learn a new art, Eclair de Larmes, rather, sorry. It's kind of a tongue twister on that one. I'll show it to you once we're off camera, just so you can kind of see it for yourself. Unless, of course, she uses it in battle, then you can see it already. And she's not going to use it there, so we'll see if we actually do get the chance to see it in battle. But yeah, that's the attack that she used. So it's a pretty good one. It's a ground-based AoE attack. It's got a fair range. It's not huge, but it's decent.
Get out of my face!
So, okay, well, since we didn't get to see it in battle, let me go ahead and show it to you in our menu here. Let's see, Arts, Tier. All right, Eclair de Larmes. Like I said, a little bit of a tongue twister. Sounds French, actually. The Eclair de Larmes is a light attack, so you'll want to be using it, especially against Shadow. You'll not want to use that, obviously, against light enemies, so keep that in mind. Okay, let's see. I don't think there's much else to mention. Actually, now that I think about it, one thing I did forget to show off was the lollipop that I picked up for Annis. It is... Actually, if you want to focus on phonic attack for Annis, this is actually a pretty good weapon. I'm not going to, because I tend to use her as more of a hybrid, but you can see the look of it at least. Definitely lollipoppy, that's for darn sure. But let me go ahead and give her the Genius Wand, which I didn't even realize I had. Shame on me. Let me give that to Tyr first. There we go. Looks like she really needs it, actually. That's a little surprising. I didn't think that Annis would be stronger than Tyr at this point. I'm a little shocked. Color me surprised. Alright, so what you'll want to do is, this is the Megiora Highlands. If you want to make sure that you can save Genji, or that you can go back just in case you don't save Genji, go ahead and save here. Otherwise, just in case you miss out on it, then you're not in trouble. Let's go ahead and head in. Honestly, this is not terribly difficult, even on hard mode. What you'll do is step forward and we get conversation.
That must be it.
Uh-oh, it looks like it could fall any second.
This isn't good. If we don't hurry, it could fall before we make it there.
What'll happen if it falls?
The pilot certainly won't survive. The hover drive could be destroyed as well.
Oh no!
We have to hit both sides of the craft with the launchers. Let's split into 2 groups.
How should we split up? Who do you want to go with?
If we're splitting into 2 groups, then I
want to go with Tyr.
Me? Sure, that's fine.
And I want to take Jade with me.
Me? If you insist.
and that'll leave Guy, Annis, and Natalia to go in the second group, which
All right, let's hurry.
should make it pretty capable.
Well, I suppose it's better to have you lose control somewhere I can see you.
Be careful when using the launcher.
Don't screw up your side now. Let's all do our best.
Alright, so we're tasked first with Luke. You notice we've got 12 minutes to do this. However, there is treasure that you can pick up along here while you are going if you wish to. Ultimately, it's up to you as far as whether you want to grab that treasure or not. I'm going to go ahead and do it because pretty much you can go ahead and grab that and be generally sure that you're going to be able to get back in time. And that is not what I meant to do with the mouse. Let's go ahead and retract that. Thank you. What you'll want to do, though, as far as the group itself, is actually go up this way. And this direction we are going to run into, well, you'll see. But we're going to run into some unique little challenges as we marry along here. Let's see, I think we got to go this way, and then we've got to go around. The problem with the Megiora Highlands is it's kind of easy to get lost here, so you'll definitely want to be careful. If you don't want to risk running out of time, you definitely want to be careful. I would say if you have a light bottle or a holy bottle with you, you might want to use it just to make sure that you don't run into enemies if you fear that you might fall short. Keep in mind, as you're going through, the timers will continue on as you are fighting, so that's something else to keep into account. Well, fortunately, at least for this part, the enemies aren't terribly difficult. Let me go ahead, actually, and bring one of them up. The Caw, since we have 3 of them here. You see, they're 4,400 HP. These guys are not really too tough to deal with unless Luke doesn't attack in the direction I tell him to. That's always fun. But really, not too difficult because the game knew that you were going to be up against a time limit, and so they made things kind of simplistic. So you don't really have to worry terribly much. Again, though, if time is a factor to you and you really want to push it, then go ahead and use that holy bottle just to keep enemies away. Now, you will especially want to keep Luke's party healed up because, well, it's Luke's party that gets to deal with, shall we say, a little bit of a surprise coming up.
What's that?
It's a monster, and it's close.
Behind us.
Hey, I didn't know dinosaurs still roamed the earth. Go figure. Welcome to Blade Rex. His name's kind of hard to see on the top because of the clock running. 60,000 HP, which is not terrible, and it's still pretty good power, but not anything that we can't deal with, really. I mean, we've fought much worse. Now, you'll notice also that, yeah, some of these attacks aren't doing so great as far as actual physical attacks. Those would be tears. So you'll want to be careful with that, too. Granted, it can keep you up as far as combo goes and can keep him off of somebody's back. But all the same, oh crap. All the same, just be careful nonetheless. Tyr is probably going to be a little bit better on healing duty, and Luke is likely going to be best as your kite or your tank in this battle. Now, if you have a different party composition, obviously your tactics are going to differ. But for the party composition that I have, Luke is going to be your tank, your go-to person as far as physical attacks, and then you're going to want the other members of your party trying to stagger him with magic attacks. Alright, good time for an overlimit, I think. Try to stun him a little bit. And then give some time just to, get a little bit of attack in. Give time for Tyr to cast Healing Circle so that I can heal. Hello? That would have been, wait, Tyr, what happened to your, oh crap. Tyr, what happened to Healing Circle? I'm not gonna risk this, okay. I don't know why she suddenly stopped casting it. It makes no sense, really. Anyway. Alright, so Jade's over limit. We're at about 12 grand. Like I said, not that tough to take down. Now, you notice there's a giant sword stuck in Blade Rex's back. That sword actually will come into play, well, it'll be a while later, but it will come into play. Don't worry, we will be hearing from that sword. And that hurts. Okay, I need to get some TP back for myself, too. Let's see, orange gel, you're pretty much made for that, so let's go ahead and give that. Okay, come on. Nope. Alright, let's see, 2300. Oh, we can take that down easily. And of course, not when he starts guarding like that. Oh, crap. Alright, run. Let Jay take his attention for a second, and there we go. Not too bad.
I just keep getting better.
The sword that we pick up is Nebulum. And you'll want to go through these quickly. We'll look at those skills later, but you notice the clock is still ticking.
Looks like we got it.
I hope Guy and the others are all right.
All we can do is trust him. Now, let's hurry.
Yeah, you're right.
So we shift over to Guy's group. And again, if you want to pick up some of that treasure, you can. I am actually a little bit later on the time scale than I thought I would be, so I'm not going to try to pick up treasure here. What we really need to do to finish this up is pretty much just head this way. And if you see treasure on the way, we can grab it, but really all you need to do is head over there and we are done, actually.
We made it.
Are you ready over there?
Anytime.
Here we go.
Now how...
Thank you for rescuing me.
Oh, sorry, I forgot there was script. How shooting those repellers from those angles actually got that thing down, I honestly am not sure, but oh well, it's just me.
Are you hurt?
No, thanks to you all.
Let's talk later. We've got the hover drive. There's no time to lose.
Yeah. Ginji, can you walk?
Yes, I'm fine.
So we get the hover drive and we get a living Genji. Yay! So we get kicked back out onto the world map. If you want to go back and grab that treasure, that's fine. Now, if you happen to lose that and Genji dies, it doesn't change that much. It will change an event later in the game that, well, much, much later in the game, and I'll point that out when we get to it. It wouldn't particularly change the plot too much. There wouldn't really be much of a penalty to it, but just keep in mind that that is the case. I am, though, going to go ahead and leave it off here, and next time on Tales of the Abyss, we will head back to Sheridan and see if we can rescue the citizens of St. Bina who are slowly sinking into the muck and all that good stuff. So, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see y'all later.